Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. This is the show we do each and every Wednesday where I give you a few episodes, little short episodes where we talk about some of the cool new releases that have come out in the worlds, the realms of heavy metal, hard rock, jazz, fusion, progressive rock. That's classic rock. That's kind of what we cover here on the channel. Could be new CD releases. Occasionally we do some book reviews. Occasionally we do some DVD, Blu-ray reviews of concerts and things like that. But today we're going to take a look at the fifth studio album, although it's not new material, but it is a studio album from the fusion instrumental supergroup known as the Aristocrats, and it's called the Aristocrats with the Primuz Chamber Orchestra, string arrangements by Wojciech Lemański. All right, let's take a look at this little digipack there, of course. There are the three superstars, Marco Miniman, Guthrie Govan, and Brian Beller. All right. Each one an absolute virtuoso. Together, they have given us some pretty exciting music over the course of their previous four studio albums. And the material on this particular album, combined with the orchestra, are mainly some of their most notable tracks from specifically the last couple. They don't dip into the first album at all, but it's basically from the last couple. And you've got 9 tracks on there. Let's take a look at the little booklet, which basically talks about the orchestra right there. So you've got here's everybody. Pretty cool stuff. So let me see if I can get you any other additional information here. So this project began when we randomly stumbled upon a YouTube video of Primuz Chamber Orchestra, right? So the guys kind of stumbled upon them performing one of our songs as reimagined by composer-arranger Wojciech Lemański. Their flawless execution of a highly challenging arrangement, which was startlingly inventive and yet remained entirely faithful to the spirit of the original composition, inspired us to reach out and propose a collaboration. The process ultimately led to this album, which comprises 9 trio performances taken from our previous studio albums, remixed by Forrester Savell and transformed by the orchestra's rendition of Wojciech's string arrangements. This approach enabled Wojciech to create orchestrations which treated many of the spontaneous improvised elements from our original band-in-a-room takes as if they had been part of the actual compositions, yielding some unique results. We're truly proud of the way this project turned out, and we're profoundly grateful that serendipity somehow brought us all together for this collaboration. So interesting. So so basically songs taken from their other albums with the orchestra added. On the surface, I was originally like, I don't know how that's going to work. Fusion band with orchestra. We've heard like hard rock, heavy metal bands, classic rock bands with orchestra, prog with orchestra. It kind of works, right? But, the nature of the Aristocrats' music, which again is kind of like, jazz fusion, rock fusion, this kind of like instrumental power trio that has lots of improvisation, some songs much more structured, but crazy soloing from Guthrie on guitar, Brian on bass, and of course the amazing drums with Marco Miniman. On the surface, it sounds like it wouldn't work. Yet oddly it does. And I think the orchestra adds some serious drama and these big symphonic swells and these gorgeous stringed arrangements to these otherwise kind of, jammy, hypertension instrumental tracks, instrumental rock songs. So what do we got here? Like I said, we've got 9 tracks in total. We've got Culture Clash, and if you're a fan of the band, you probably recognize some of these song titles. Stupid 7, The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, which for my money is probably the strongest piece on here as far as like how well the orchestra works with the regular Aristocrats composition. And it's like, after you get all this drama and all this, great, the guitar solos and things like that, the whole orchestra at the end, it's just amazing. The crescendo that it goes to towards the end of the song is absolutely wonderful. You got the very cool dance of the Aristocrats, Through the Flower, which is about almost 12 minutes long. Again, lots of weaving things going on here between all the strings and, of course, the normal stuff that the trio is doing. All said and done is very cool with a great Brian Beller guitar bass solo. You got the Furious Jacks back, the Wild Oh No, and then it finishes it off in grand fashion with Last Orders, another 10 plus minute track. This is good. This is good. I didn't expect it to be. So, again, it's not really, you can't really count this as like, oh, the new album from the Aristocrats. It is new, but it's basically songs we already know, but jacked up with the orchestra. And it's pretty interesting. It's a fun listen. How much will I reach for this a year or two from now over the regular Aristocrat studio albums? I don't know. For now, I think it's pretty damn cool, and it totally adds a different element to these songs. And I think that's kind of the point of the whole thing, is to, you get these tracks that fans probably know, but now you've added this whole new other element to it, and it gives them a totally different flavor, which works for me. So I dig it. How can you not rate this pretty high? Because it's songs that are already spectacular. Just with the orchestra, makes them even all the more intriguing. So 4 out of 5 star, easy. All right, sounds great. It's, like I said, it's big, it's ambitious, it's very cool stuff. So the Aristocrats with the Primuz Chamber Orchestra. If you're a fan of the band, you'll want to hear this. It's definitely different. And if you're someone who maybe hasn't really dipped into the Aristocrats because you're not really all that interested in, the nature of their music, very fusiony, bits of noodling at times. It's a little, their music is a little odd, right? It's definitely complex and off kilter at times. If if you've never really gotten into them because of that, but you are someone who likes classical music and likes, rock band with orchestra type stuff, I think you'll really dig this, and maybe it'll help you appreciate the music of the Aristocrats just a little bit more. So go check it out. Boeing Music LLC. Let me get you some links here. For more aristocratic information, go to www.the-aristocrats-band.com. They're on Facebook.com/aristocratsband. Twitter, they're at Kratzband, and Instagram, the Aristocrats Band. That's where you can find them. So, pretty amazing stuff. Again, 3 absolute virtuosos working with an orchestra. It works. Thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together. All the damn time. Stay tuned. More stuff coming up. We got Monster Stand happening tomorrow. Very fun show where we're going to be doing a kind of a 3-part series on the Monsters Den. If you are a fan of the Alien series and the Predator series, we're going to do back-to-back episodes. So tomorrow we're going to rank the Alien films. Next week we're going to rank the Predator films, and then the following week we're going to talk about those 2 Alien versus Predator films and kind of analyze those and maybe why they're not so good, why they could have been better, what worked, what didn't, that sort of thing. So 3 parts: Alien, Predator, Alien versus Predator, over the next 3 weeks on the Monsters Den. We got Friday morning, the Funhouse with Martin Popoff and myself, and Saturday's the UK Connection, where we're going to be talking about our favorite, least favorite albums from British rock veterans, legends, veterans, whatever you want to call them. Magnum, not to be confused with Magma. Magnum, great British band that's been around since the late 70s. And then Sunday we've got album homework assignment. So lots happening. So please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We've also got the links below to our Ko-Fi page and our merch page, where you can get all sorts of great Sea of Tranquility gear like this one of our best sellers, the whale shirt. Very cool. So check it out, and I'll see you real soon. I'm Pete Pardo. Bye-bye.